Hi everyone, welcome to how to install Unity Multiplayer Network System. Let's go. So I'm doing faceless cam because I thought the face was getting in the way in the tutorial. So without further ado, let's get started. So I got a question how to install everything, so I'm gonna show you that. So over here, I'm gonna link this page in the description. Go inside this page, then you will see get started button over here. You click over here, then go to install Unity Netcode. This will bring up how to install everything, so we can simply we get a git URL, so we can copy that and paste that in the package manager. But we need to first of all create a project, so let's do that. So we can go to new project, select any kind of sample or template you ever want. I'm gonna choose third person as a multiplayer, and I can show. I can name this maybe like YouTube tutorial, like so. And I'm gonna create a project. There we go. When it's finally downloaded, then we can go to Window, Package Manager. And over here we can select Unity Registry. We're gonna add a netcode package, so we can click on the plus sign and select Add Package from Git URL. Then go to Chrome or whichever web browser you're using and paste the link. And click add. Now this will not work because I added a space between it, so remove all the kind of white space, so it's only the link, and press add, and it should work. Now we have the netcode installed, we can actually add a manager, so we can create manager network. Let's call this network manager, and let's add the script. So we can actually go into netcode over here and select manager, like so. We can also scale this to fit properly. Let's just bring you down, and I think this is the maximum size right now. Okay, by the way. So we can select a transport. For now it has Unit transport, so we can select that. And there we go, everything is working, and you can actually do some multiplayer stuff right now. However, we want to use Steam or Facepunch transport. So how to install that? Well, we can go back to our web browser, and I'm gonna have a link to this page down below. This is how to install the transports. Now over here we have different transports sort of systems. So we have Facepunch, which we are going to use. Then we have Steam Network, WebSocket, Photon Realtime, and other stuff. Now they have a URL over here, so we're gonna just copy this URL and go to a new page on your web browser, paste that in, and we're gonna change this end bit to be Facepunch. So this will copy basically this let's see, Facepunch there. Copy this link from this Git page. That's simply what it does. So we can actually just do add package from Git URL and paste the link. This will get this sort of transport package from the GitHub page. So once it has installed, we can actually remove Unity transport. I'm going to get a sort of warning over here because we don't have a transport, and we can actually select Facepunch transport now. And there we go. One thing to note, if we want to analyze our multiplayer stuff, we can go to Profiler. Let's start it over here. And if we go to Profile Modules, You can see we have network message and network operation. However, this is to the previous stuff. So this won't work with netcode. To actually use netcode for GameObjects, we need to add the custom ones. So how do we do that? Well, go back to the first link, which is the guide how to install. And we can see on the left side, it says install netcode tools. So we can look over here and copy this URL, this git URL. And we can also add that into our package manager. So add package from git URL and simply click add. This will install a profiler module, so we can actually see how much data is sent and when some custom messages has also been sent. Once this has installed, we can actually go to Profiler, click on Profile Module, and you will see that we have nothing over here. We actually need to restart the profile. So close tab, then click on Profile again. Now we can see the profile has over here, which is NGO, which stands for netcode GameObjects. So here we can see the RPC bytes sent. We can also see the total bytes sent for the messages. So this is pretty handy if you want to analyze how much data is being sent. To test out the netcode system, we can actually just start a game and go to our right side, the network manager, and we can simply click start host, start server, or start client. We can just start host. And there we go. We're actually running this on a hosted netcode system. So what we can actually do is pause, stop the game, actually. Go to a profiler. We can actually see how much data is being sent. Currently, it's not been sent anything because we don't have any objects, netcode objects. So let's actually go to a player over here and select a new component. We can actually go to inside a netcode and we can select the network object. This will basically send everything to the network system. Now to actually send the data, we're actually gonna have network transform. Now we could also add a animator, but this animator is basically in, I guess, pre-release, or like, it's not the perfect, I think, but it should work somehow. We can actually apply this. I don't want to do that because we're only testing this as far as now. So we can actually start the game again, and you will see nothing has changed, right? But if I go to the network manager and click start host, now we will actually send the data to the network server. So we can actually look in the profiler and stop the game, and we can actually see some spikes. We can see 15 bytes has been sent. Now obviously you don't want to start from the sort of inspector. You could do a UI for this, so you can simply just do UI.canvas, and over here we can simply click UI and have a button. We can just close everything down and rename this text to, for example, join server or start client. We can actually scale this button up, so like 360, and we can also scale the font, so maybe like 26, and we can also make this bold. Here we go. Then we can create a second button. And we can actually create a empty object, and we're gonna select this to maybe like 660. Then we're gonna create a horizontal layout group. So this means the buttons will be besides each other. There we go. And over here we can do start. We can do start client on the right side. On the left side we should have start host. There we go. So we can rename this to host button. And we can rename this to client button. There we go. And there we go. We can actually create a script called this UI network. You can name this whatever. I just renamed the script like this. So yep. Once we have created a script, we can actually just do scale this up a little bit. So we can do private. We can actually do serialized field, and we're gonna do button. So we need to import a library using Unity engine.ui and do button. Let's do a client button. Let's do it like this and set this to default. You don't have to, but I prefer to set the button to something. And then we're gonna copy this, and I'm gonna change this to be host button, like so. And I like to have a header just to name some stuff, and I'm gonna call this reference, like so. I'm gonna add a callback to each everyone, so I'm gonna do void start host, like so, and do private start client. Now over here, we simply want to do network manager and import the library. So using netcode, singleton start host. We can simply do with the client as well. So network manager, singleton start client. Now on destroy or on disable, we can actually just do network manager singleton.shutdown. So this doesn't matter if we are a client or a server or a host. This will work for each everyone. I like to use express methods to simplify everything. So just gonna use that. Now to link everything up, we actually need to do void start, and we can actually do this, because we need to also check if the network manager singleton is not null, then we can do shutdown. So host button on click, add a listener, and we can actually remove the listener on destroy. So on click, remove all listener, and we can also do with the client. So just do this and this. There we go. Now, when we click on the host button, we actually want to start host. So we can type in a start host, like so. And we don't need to use a parenthesis to use that. So we can also add this in the client, like so. Now we have everything that needs to be done. We have all the callbacks and all the UI stuff. Now on the canvas, we can actually select the host button. So host button. And we can actually select the client button. Now one thing to note is that when we start host, so you can actually do over here and over here as well. And we're gonna create over here, let's do destroy UI, like so. So once we have started, we can actually do a check if it worked. So we don't destroy UI if the start client didn't work at all. So good to know that if something didn't work, that we are still inform the user that it didn't work, and you need maybe to click one more again before you can destroy. So when we have destroyed the UI, we busy. So how to destroy UI? We can simply do either destroy the game object, which we can simply do, because this is a canvas, so we don't need that canvas once we have joined the game. So now we have a problem. I can't click because this currently handling the camera is hiding the cursor, so I can't click anything before it hides it. So what we could do is on start, actually set the cursor to visible and set the cursor to lock state to none for now. And we can we can ignore this for right now. Also, what we could do is also disable the user input or the play input before we can play. So now everything works. However, we got a problem. We want to hide the cursor as well. So let's do that on destroy. So let's do hide, and let's do locked, because this is gonna be a camera input for the mouse. Now, one thing to note, if we use a log level, we can use developer to see some dev stuff message. So if we start this and start host, we can actually see the netcode shutdown has been triggered. Now this is because we are shutting down as soon as we destroy this UI. So we don't want to actually have this on here, like so. But over here in the network manager, we have a boolean don't destroy. Because we are not going to move to another scene, this can be disabled. But if we wanted to move to another scene, for example, let's say we have a lobby and we have a gameplay scene or like a game level scene, then we want to activate don't destroy, because if we're moving to another scene, the network manager should be still alive even though we are moving to another scene. Now because this is just one scene, once scene has been deactivated or unloaded, this will now be destroyed, meaning it will stop running the server or the host or the client as well. So like so, we can actually go over here, start host, and you can actually see the netcode sync time to the clients. This is how to sync times between the client and the network server. So in the profiler, we can actually pause the game, and we should see some stuff being sent. I don't know why it's not being sent currently. Let's see. It should be everything sent, and we can actually see what is sort of who's owning the player and all that kind of stuff. And there we go. We're actually sending information and just going real quick. So if I go over here and just press pause like so. Going into the profile, we can actually see how much data we've been sent. So we're sending 37 bytes of data every time we move. So you can see it's pretty heavily data being sent. So that's one thing to know. So that's a little bit cool. You can see some information. Now everything is pretty much set up. If you want to continue with this, you can basically go back to this web page. Get started, and you can look over here over all the documentation and how to set up some things, and also how every like single component works in this the new netcode system. I recommend highly to check out the documentation and how everything works. You can see over here we have objects spawning and object pooling, how to do pooling system in netcode. Also, we have custom message system, so RPC, and we have custom messages over here. You can also go into the release note and API reference to get more highly information, or we can also go to the transport to see all the information from there. Or we can also go into multiplayer resources. This will basically give you a highly documentation link of everything is single like terminology of some stuff, so netcode, server, what hit register is, and all that kind of stuff. So this is a great way to learn everything and how to get more information about how the netcode should be working and how it will be working in the future. You can also search over here to, for example, Steam, and you can see some FAQ or frequent asked question. For example, how to implement Steam, and this uses Stream Connect ID. But in Facepunch, we are using, let's see, over here, we're using Target Steam ID, which is almost the same thing. But that's basically it. If you have more questions, I will highly recommend some other sources. But I'm going to show you if you want me to. So give me another question or give me another like critique of how to show things or how to do a tutorial, because I'm pretty new on this sort of stuff. But anyways, I hope you liked this video and I hope it learned you something and how to get started with everything. Obviously this is a short video and I prefer a short video rather than a long video, because a long video is more, it has more information, but my voice, as you can hear, is getting pretty crispy, which is not the best result. Now, if you have any comments, then write them down below, and I hopefully will answer those questions. If not, then I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.